I'm here today with
Mike Martel.
Mike Martel. Now, thank you, Mike. You're a what student are you?
I'm a fourth-year Steamfitter Pipefitter. Currently.
Currently a fourth-year student,
ready
to finish.
Ready to finish right at the tail end of the school career.
You're writing your AIT branch exam, or what we like to call trade qualification exam.
Yes.
TQ, we give it that acronym.
And then right after that would be the red seal, very next day.
And the red seal the very next day.
So it's a
How are you feeling so far?
Stressed.
You're stressed a little bit?
Yeah, with everything coming down to the finish, right? You got finals. We have our last final for Steam coming up, and then the last two, and the last week's always the toughest.
It's the toughest. Yeah. Anxiety's high. What do you do to deal with that little bit of anxiety, if you will?
I don't know, really. I guess you'd say like breathing techniques or something, but yeah, I cope really well with anxiety and stress, so it's not really that big of a deal for me, but I know in the back of my mind I'm still a little bit worried, right? I got to tell myself to kind of calm down, and if I know it, I know it by now. If I don't, I don't. So
yeah.
Well, that's I kind of have to deal with it.
So let me just ask you this. Give me a little bit of your journey, like from a first-year apprentice.
Okay. I could start at the beginning. Before I got into this, I was a butcher. I did that since I was in my 20s. So I did that for almost a decade, 10 years.
That's a trade.
Yep.
That's a full red seal
trade. It wasn't for me. I didn't come to school here to finish it, but I was a butcher for 10 years. And yeah, I had the opportunity through my dad, which is a steam fitter, pipe fitter, gas fitter. And he got me an opportunity to go work with him. I took that opportunity. And that's how I got my foot into the door with getting into the trades.
Right.
So I got into the trades. I worked just at a shop here in Calgary. And that's where everything kind of started, was right from there. And I realized I made the right choice within the first few months.
Well, that's great if you know what you want right at the beginning. So as a first-year student, give me some of the hardest points of being a first-year student coming to Big Sate here?
You get a little bit of anxiety because it's like new, right? You're not used to coming here, like even let alone just like finding the building, finding some parking. You don't know what you're in store for, right? You're assuming this. It's a pretty broad journey you're on. So when you get in here, you just don't know what's in store. So yeah, it's stressful. You meet new people, new faces, new teachers, and just that's what it was for me. It was just a little bit stressful at the beginning.
What about your finances? I mean, coming to school is always a financial pressure.
Especially going from a really good wages the first year, financial decisions have to be selected pretty selectively, but it's tough because you are now on EI. You're not making the same amount of money you used to make. Mm-hmm. So you have to budget. Budgeting is the main thing. If you know you're coming to school within a year or so, or 6 or 7 months, I would say try to budget a little bit of cash before coming here, because EI does not give enough sufficient funds to carry you through the whole year.
That's an absolutely great point. We do have some financial assistance available through SATE. That's for another conversation.
Yeah, so I do recommend a lot of the guys, if you're hearing this, is apply for every grant possible. If you need the loans, grab the loans as well. You don't have to pay those back until you finish, but I definitely would recommend grabbing every grant possible while you're here.
So during your journey here, as a journey person, becoming a journey person, second year, third year, give me some highlights of maybe some second year and third year stuff.
Well, my first highlight was passing first year. I can tell you that. That was like my main thing. Second year was, for me, it was once everything comes together, you start grasping all the knowledge, everything starts coinciding together. And I was most happy about when everything started clicking for me, how things work. The math now relates to the blueprinting relates to the assembly at the shop, and that was my main highlight.
Well, that's great. Okay, now that you're a fourth year, you're on the precipice, if you will, of becoming a red seal journeyman.
Yes, fingers crossed, red seal.
Yeah. How does that make you feel?
Great. Yeah. I had a lot of great teachers. I have to give a lot of credit to Michael Fournier, Greg Jacobs, along the way for the 3 years that I had them. If it wasn't for them, I don't think I'd be as talented, let's say, in school or to apply myself to the job. Also, I had great journeymen. I had great bosses at work. A lot of my journeymen at my shop were Mike's students. And a lot of those guys trickled through, were just regular journeymen, ended up becoming foremen, white hats, and moved on to some pretty crazy roles in the oil and gas field. So I'm hoping I could somewhat be half of what they were when they left here.
So this is not the end to your learning journey. Is it?
No, it's just the end of school, to be honest. It's not the end of the journey. I think once you finish school and you're a J-man, there's so many doors available open to you in the oil and gas, right? You could go be a shop guy, you could go in the field, you could go travel, right? It all depends what suits you the best, what you want to do.
Right. So let me get to a really big question. What's your expected wage as a journey person, steamfitter, pipe fitter?
Okay, realistically, everybody wants the most money, but where I'm at, we have different rates. So there's A rate, B rate, and C rate. A rate's the highest. I want to say it's around the $45 range, and it kind of trickles down from there, depending on your skill level. I would say I would fit the role as a B rate guy, but I don't expect A rate because I feel with A rate you have to know everything and anything, and I feel even after you know everything, you don't. You're learning every day on the job and in life. So
that's $45 per hour.
in town. But a lot of these guys that go up north, it's some pretty big money up there.
What kind of big money are we talking about? Like
75, 85,
70,
90 an
80,
hour.
$100 an hour.
Plus your LOA. Yeah, so it gets up there.
What's LOA?
Sometimes 110, 115.
Okay. Let's break down that acronym, LOA.
Living allowance.
Living allowance
Yeah.
that they give you in supplement of your pay.
Yes.
Nice.
So you leave town and they'll give you $110 to live every day out there. Sometimes you're in camp, you don't get LOA, but some places you are in camp and they still give you LOA. So you get to bank that money.
So the opportunities are pretty good.
They're
monetarily wise.
Yes, even in town, right? Just depending on. I know a lot of guys chase the money, but for me, it's people are gonna say it's not true, but for me, it's not about the money. It's about the lifestyle. I like being at home. I like being in town. I like being close.
Yeah.
If it was all about the money, I wouldn't be here.
So give me something. What's your proudest moment being here at SAIT? I want to encapsulate some SAIT life.
As of now, it'd be the Dean's Award for sure.
You won the Dean's Award.
I did, and I'm pretty proud of that, to be honest. Like I tried my hardest through first, second, and third year. I try to do my best on every test, studying, everything. So that was my proudest moment.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
pretty
you.
cool. What is the Dean's Award? What does that mean? Do you know the parameters of it?
I don't, but from a little gist of it, I'm pretty sure they give it to the student with what? It might have been like participation, I thought it was. It was attendance, just positive attitude, helping out others in class, and yeah, just trying to.
So we want to model always that apprenticeship format or framework.
Yes.
Where we take our knowledge and pass it on to others. What do you expect to be doing as a journeyman with apprentices now?
Doing the same thing what they did to me. Like, I had some of the best journeymen possible, I feel. The guys were nice. They taught me everything. It's the way you present yourself, the way you talk to them, and it's just teaching, right? Like, you can't hold anything back. It's not about, I know more than you. You have to share all the knowledge that you learned over the years and pass it down to the next guys, because those guys might be your boss in the future, right? So you don't want to give a bad taste in their mouth about when you were their J-man, let's say, over the years, right? Because you always hear those horror stories, right?
So what's your future? What's your future with this ticket?
I don't know.
What do you think you might be doing 10 years from now?
I don't know. I don't know. As of right now, I always kind of put myself on a pretty low pedestal. I don't say I'm the best, but I do try. So hoping just to get back to work, getting back a groove of things, and just working my way up. As of right now, just be a Red Seal journeyman and just kind of going through the field.
Well, I want to let you know that the doors just actually open more as you become a Red Seal endorsed tradesperson in this province. Many opportunities for you to take and roads to travel. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, and I say before we end this or anything is I would like to tell all the guys out there trying to get into the trade, try it. Don't be shy. I got into it in my late 20s thinking like the last thing I was ever going to do would become a pipe fitter or steam fitter. I was like, oh, I'm going to be a butcher for a long time. And like, this is like the end for me. Like there's no going up. And I seen that opportunity. I took it and I wish I did it sooner. That's one thing I'd like to tell anybody watching this is just try it. Try it sooner. Don't ever hesitate that you can't do nothing. There's always time, right? There's a lot of guys in these classes where they were much older than me and they always thought like, oh, I can't do this, but it doesn't matter how old you're, man, just try it.
That's great advice for anybody entering any trade at any time. What advice would you give to a fellow fourth year that's maybe coming in just for next cohort, next intake? What kind of advice would you give them?
Study hard. learn all your material. This is the final year. It's crunch time. This is where you take your first, second, third year knowledge, put it all into one, and try to finish this last program getting into your Red Seal. I feel a lot of guys that want to get the Red Seal, they think the last completion is just finishing the TQ, but I feel the whole circle here, the whole thing is just trying to get your Red Seal. Try to put everything together and finish off that Red Seal.
That's great advice, Mike. I appreciate you coming in.
Well, thank you. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.